sometimes we box ourselves in negative boxes, just like this, without understanding. No. I say to people, no. Move yourself from the negative box that you limited yourself to. And some people say we need to have sabr. I say have positive sabr.
The practical implementation of Islam. You say Islam has been ruling the world for more than thousands of years and XYZ, but we cannot find a single village where Islam is practically implementable. Whereas in West, we see there is no injustice to the personal levels. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. I'm here with Sheikh Haitham Haddad, mashallah. Somebody we admire, somebody we look up to, alhamdulillah. And he has been our mentor online and in person as well. Sheikh Haitham, how are you, mashallah?
Alhamdulillah, very good. Mashallah, brother Taha, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, Sheikh, good to see you here in Pakistan after a year or so.
No, I came actually maybe 9 months ago.
9 months ago. Yeah. And especially, Sheikh, after the episode of Gaza, and for the past 2 years, people have realized probably two things right now, especially the Gen Z, because they have witnessed genocide live on their Instagram and their socials. Two things have been very prominent. Number one, the resilience of the people of Gaza and their sabr and their istiqamat. And secondly, the failure of global systems.
Excellent, excellent.
So once they have experienced the resilience that Islam gives and the truthfulness of Islam, practicality, not by logic and rational arguments, rather in practical terms. And secondly, what they've experienced is the global system is not practical. 5 countries can veto any time.
Yes.
And US probably has vetoed 60 times for Israel.
Yes.
And they see that whenever millions or billions of people want something, some country comes up and says veto, finish it.
That's it.
So there's no rule of law. And the champions of human rights, they have proved themselves to be the corruption holders of people.
Those who are the first people to violate human rights.
Exactly, exactly. So after this episode of Gaza especially, and now Sudan as well, people have realized that we need a different system in place. And that probably is Islam, inshallah.
Many people are talking about the genocide, many people talking about the resilience of Gaza, many people, but the awareness of the global injustice, the failure of the United Nations, the failure of the international system to provide justice, the failure of these countries that champions, as you said, human rights to foster human rights, and the double standards, failure of the international system to provide the basic human rights for people, for the people of Gaza. In this case, this is just an example, because it goes against the interest of one of the 5 veto countries. In brief, it is the situation.
A slight question here as well. People say, okay, if you think Islam is a true religion, where is the blueprint? Where is the society? Tell us something or some place, name any country or any village that we can see, and we say, okay, this is the practical implementation of Islam. You say Islam has been ruling the world for more than thousands of years and XYZ, but we cannot find a single village where Islam is practically implementable. Whereas in West, we see there is no injustice to the personal levels. People don't cheat, people don't cross red signals. There we see justice, and there we see Islam, the practical implementation of Islam. And here we see people are taking bribes, XYZ. So what's the answer to that?
Okay, this is a very good question. And it is a pertinent question. Many young people do ask this question. I want our young people to be little bit, I don't want them to be sophisticated, but I want them to be a little bit more sophisticated in addressing social political issues. Because social political issues or problems, they are the outcome of number of other problems. So there is an array of reasons that led to a phenomena, not just one reason. First of all, if someone were to say, you are claiming that Islam where is the blueprint? Someone will say, where is the blueprint of a human rights that the West is fostering? Where is the blueprint? In America? Yes. In Austria, Switzerland, Britain, the human rights are violated. Okay. We have seen it in Gaza. Okay. Now, some people say, well, this is foreign policies. But we need to look at the internal affairs of those countries. As you said, they don't cross the red light, they don't cheat, etc. See, this is some elements. Yeah, this is some elements. And that's why I want young people to be more sophisticated. They need to look at it holistically. You mentioned that they don't cheat. Not always. This is not true. Yeah, they are clever in cheating. They are clever. So they don't come across as they are cheating. Unfortunately, many Muslims, when they do it in a stupid way. That's why it is exposed. The younger generation everywhere in the world, they are not much that interested in sectarianism. They are not much interested in my maslak, your maslak, my madhab, my so-called quote-unquote aqidah. They want to do something for the ummah.
Exactly.
The younger educated generation. This is now, before there were followers of each madhab, of each school of thought. Now there is, I cannot say majority, but there is a big number of young people who want to be neutral, continue to be neutral. They will work and cooperate with anyone who is really doing something for Islam and Muslims. Sometimes we box ourselves in negative boxes, just like this, without understanding. No. I say to people, no. Move yourself from the negative box that you limited yourself to. And some people say we need to have sabr. I say have positive sabr. So think about the reward you are going to get. Okay? So, and don't think negatively. Don't continue thinking negatively about this disease or this challenge. The more you think about it from a negative perspective, the more it becomes harder. What helps, which is the third point, to this, which is tawakkul ala Allah. قُلْ لَنْ يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Nothing will happen to us. Allah Jalla Ala says, إِنَّا كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَاهُ بِقَدَرٍ. So when I have cancer or kidney failure, this is the qadar of Allah. As the Prophet ﷺ said to Ibn Abbas, if the whole ummah come together to stop something that Allah Jalla Ala decreed to happen to you, they can't do that.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. May Allah bless you and put barakah in your life immensely.
May Allah reward you, brother.
May Allah allow us to benefit from you and your knowledge and your experience.
Ameen. I benefited from you more.
La, ya Sheikh. Allah. This is not true. Barakallah fi, Sheikh. Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.